I used AI to make this 8-minute faceless YouTube video, and it ended up getting over 3.8 million views, making me almost $10,000. While that might sound insane, I didn't get there by luck. It happened because I followed a very studied, step-by-step strategy I figured out after countless failures. I've been able to repeat it over and over with other videos that now print me money, while AI does most of the work for me. That's why, in today's video, I'm gonna break it all down and show you exactly how it works. Because with the right information and the right tools, literally anyone can do this. Not only that, but I'm also going to do what no other guru has been willing to do by revealing the exact secrets I use every time to get insanely high RPM on all my faceless videos. And trust me, it's not the stuff they've been telling you this whole time. Now, before we get into the actual tutorial, I just want to mention that we'll be using lots of different AI tools and long prompts that you'll need for the strategy to work. So that's why I put together a free Google Doc with all the assets you'll need for this tutorial. It has links to all the AI tools and all the prompts that you can copy paste, and you can get it below for completely free. Anyways, to get started, let me first show you how to find a winning niche. When I first started YouTube automation, I was posting videos in random niches, and for some reason, I was barely getting any views. But once I learned this one thing about finding a winning niche, everything changed. Here's how it works. When you're picking a niche, you want to find one where new channels are getting tons of views, even if they barely have any subscribers. That means the niche isn't oversaturated, and there's still a lot of demand for it. Look at this channel, for example. They just started 5 months ago and already pulled in almost 5.5 million views. One of his videos got more than 900,000 views this month, which is insane for a new channel and a clear sign that this niche is worth getting into. But how do you even find a niche to begin with? Let me show you a method I call the incognito method. This is a simple way to find hidden niches that most people never come across. All you really need is a fresh incognito tab. So first, open up an incognito window and head to YouTube. The homepage is going to look empty like this. To fill it up, just search for any faceless niche you already know, which gets YouTube to start suggesting more faceless channels to you, as you'll see in a second. After you do that, simply watch a few videos for a couple of minutes, then refresh the homepage. As you can see now, it's filled with faceless videos and new niches that you can check out one by one. After scrolling for a bit and digging into these channels, I found one that's getting a good amount of views, and they only started a few months ago. They are working in the ranking niche specifically for movies. But we will not exactly copy them. We will use this viral ranking format, but use it in the finance niche so we can get 10 times higher RPM and make more money than him. This is a perfect niche to work with as an example for this video, and I'm going to show you all the steps for content creation that basically works for any niche you pick. But before I move on, I just want to mention that if you want to make this whole niche finding process way faster and easier, you can use this tool called Nextlove Niche. I've literally used it to find a niche that ended up making me over $15,000 and $8,000 with a single video. I thought I'd mention it here since I literally use it every day to find interesting niches. Anyways, by now you should already have a niche locked in, which means that you're ready for the next step, and that's setting up your YouTube account the right way. For this step, I'm not going to waste your time showing you how to make a logo or a banner on Canva, because look, I made both in like 2 minutes. Instead, I'm going to show you something that was one of the main reasons my videos pulled millions of views and tens of millions of impressions. And funny enough, I've never seen any guru bring this up. What I'm talking about here is using something called an aged account for your YouTube channel. Basically, it's just a YouTube account that's been around for a while, anywhere from 2 to 15 years, and hasn't gotten into any trouble with YouTube. The reason this matters is simply because YouTube trusts these accounts way more than brand new ones. They've been active for years, which tells the system that you're not some random bot. And because of that, when you upload a video, you'll get results like this. Now, I get asked all the time by people, how do you actually find these aged accounts? Well, I spent a while digging around trying to find a legit and trusted place to get them. I eventually came across this site. Just to be clear, I'm not sponsored or anything by them. So I'll drop the link below just in case you're curious and want to check it out. If you don't have the budget to spend on an account, however, you can still make this work. It just takes a little bit more time for YouTube to see that you're not a bot. Anyway, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's move on to how to actually make a video for your niche. And it all starts with one thing, your topic. This step is the most important one of your entire video, yet most people don't even know how to actually do it. Because, believe it or not, if I picked the wrong topic for that same 8-minute video, I probably would have made like $400 instead of what I actually made. Basically, the topic decides whether you make $1,000 or $10,000 from the exact same video. And it all comes down to one thing, your RPM. Now, if you don't know what that is, RPM just means how much money you make per 1,000 views. And because of this topic I picked for the video, I ended up getting a higher RPM than usual, even though the video was only 8 minutes. So now the question is, how do you get a high RPM just from the topic of your video? Well, it all comes down to choosing topics that attract people from high-paying countries like the US, UK, and Canada, because those are the viewers advertisers love the most, and they pay more to reach them. You can literally see in the stats here. This video was mostly watched by people from those countries, and that's exactly why the revenue exploded. And it doesn't stop there. You also want most of your viewers to be around 40 to 60 years old, because the older the viewer, the more money they usually have, and advertisers are willing to pay more just to put their ads in front of those people. Now, to make this easy and avoid the headache of manually researching all day, we're going to let ChatGPT do the work for us and find high RPM topics for our niche. All you need to do is copy this prompt I dropped in the document, paste it into ChatGPT, and fill in your niche, plus the 3 most viral videos, just like I did right here. Once you do that, ChatGPT will generate a list of banger video topics that are fully optimized for high RPM. From there, just pick the one you want to start with, and you'll be ready to move on to the next step in the video creation process, which is generating a script for that topic. Now, for this part, you can either write the script yourself or let ChatGPT do it for you. And obviously, we're going to go with the easier option and let AI handle it. Thankfully, AI is not unionized. So, go ahead and copy the next prompt from the document and paste it into a new chat. Then, just plug in your topic and drop in a script from one of your competitors' videos. This is super easy if you're using the Nextlove extension because I just copied this video's entire script with this one click the extension gives you and pasted it straight into ChatGPT. Once you do that, ChatGPT will generate a full script that sounds just like the top performing channels in your niche. I think you're starting to see how easy it is when you get AI involved in the content creation process. Voiceover. Anyways, with the script written, you're now ready to give it a cool voiceover. We're going to use this website called 11 Labs because the voices there are just sexy and ultra realistic. Even my grandma could not tell if it's AI. So once you create an account, the homepage is going to look like this. And the first thing you're going to want to do is click on the Voices tab in the top left corner. That's when you'll find a whole list of voices you can play around with and click on anyone to hear how they sound. And to save time though, I just use the filters tool instead. Set it to American accent, young, and male. And most importantly, make sure the high quality voices option is turned on. These are voices that actually sound human. Once your filters are set, scroll through the results until you find the voice you. When you do, just click on Use Voice. Now, all that's left is to paste your script into the box, hit generate, and then download the final voiceover. And just like that, you've got your voiceover ready. Which means now it's time to move on to making and editing the actual video. Now for this step, you can either save time and hire someone to edit the video for you, or just do it yourself if you're broke. What I did was I hired a guy I found on Discord to edit the video for me, and it worked out great. But if you don't have the money and you've got time instead, here's how to do it. Open Google and go to this site called Tier Maker. Then click on Make Template, name it. Click on the Single Use Template, and then this ranking niche table will appear. This is the same site your favorite YouTubers with millions of subscribers use. All you have to do is upload your images. It depends on what video topic you are making video on. You can make those images in Canva or make it with any free image generator. From here, you can change the name, color, position of each row. Now, open your screen recorder and rank the images according to your script. Then for the editing part, open CapCut and drag your voiceover and screen recording. Match the screen recordings with the voiceover and you are done. And here, 80% of your work is done. Now to make the video better and engaging, go to this site called Giphy. Here you can download every GIF of every single thought, topic, or emotions, which you can use in your editing to make it a masterpiece. Now, I'm not going to go too deep to show you how to edit the entire thing right now, but if you do want a full tutorial on how to edit videos for a niche like this, then let me know in the comments. Now, let's move on to the last step, and probably one that almost nobody gets right, the packaging of your video. By that, I just mean the title and thumbnail of your video. They're the first two things that people see. So if they're trash, you're not going to get views no matter how good your video is. The good news is you don't need to be some design genius to make good packaging. In the video I showed earlier, I literally just copied what the top channels in my niche were already doing. I kept the same layout, switched up the font and colors to match my brand, and that one video ended up getting over 3.8 million views with that. For the thumbnail, all you have to do is go back to Tier Maker and screenshot the page where you ranked the stuff. Now, head over to Canva and create an account if you don't have one already. Then search for YouTube thumbnail in the search bar so you get the right format from the start. Place your screenshot and zoom it a bit so everything is clearly visible. Make sure you don't add any useless shiny stuff. To make this thumbnail viral, we need to make it very simple and clean. Now on the left side, you can add an arrow or your character's avatar, both look good. Just make sure it looks clean. So, just like that, your video is now fully packaged and ready to be uploaded. Sadly though, this method isn't going to work overnight. I'm not going to lie to you and say that by tomorrow you'll start making money. But if you put in the hours, work day and night, and followed everything I showed you in this video, finding success becomes a no-brainer. Now, along the way, you're going to run into problems and obstacles, and that's totally normal, which is exactly why I made a completely free Discord community so I can help you out whenever you get stuck with YouTube automation. There's a lot I didn't cover in this video because it would have gotten way too long. So if you are serious about this, join the Discord using the link below. And also, make sure to subscribe.